Welcome back, my dear, to another part of the PSW curriculum. Welcome for the another part of the PSW curriculum. We resume working on what we started right now. We talked before about the definition of the PSW. We talk about the functions of the PSW. Where does the PSW work? Duties of the PSW and responsibilities of the personal support worker. Now we will move to some points, newly points. We'll talk about some points. Healthcare worker, PSW. He must have ethical and legal responsibilities. One of the things is very important, the ethical and the legal responsibilities is very important. Keep and protect our client's privacy. So he must keep the client's privacy. We said the quality of life before, and one of the things that help for the quality of life is keeping the client's privacy and their health information confidentially. So he must keep it as secrets, the information about their health, not to say to anyone, not even to members of his family. No. All clients have rights to give or refuse or to give control and discard their information. So the client is having the total freedom to say yes or no, even to the limit that, as example, you will consent, you write the client's right consent about their agreement to consent about their own information, the past, the history, the medical history, and so on. But still, the client has the right to refuse to give any information about his own health issues or health problems or privacy, his privacy. So he still have that he still can say no, I don't want to give this information and so on. Also, they have the rights how their personal health information are being obtained or to be collected. So he can also say where to collect his information and how to collect his information. This is the right of the patient. Depending on their setting, people receiving health care and support services are known by different terms, such as in hospital patients. So if the sick person or who need health services is in hospital, we call him patient. Or we call him resident, not patient, in long life facility. Or we call him client in the communities, like health communities, we call him client. The people suppose, so there's different names for the person who need the healthcare services based on where is he. If he was in a hospital, we'll call him patient. If he was a resident, if in facility, we'll call him resident. And if he was in a community, we will call him client. One thing more, the professionalism. Professionalism as a personal support worker, you have to have positive attitudes, like here, positive attitudes. You have also to have, what I can say here, a sense of responsibility, also, professional appearance. So you always wear your own uniform, and you hang up your badge and your logo, the logo of the company. And all these things are very important. The logo of your agency is very important also, so that everybody, and the logo of your agency will be written your name, so the patient can know your name as well. And this gives trust to the patient and make him feel comfortable. Being discreet about client information, being a lifelong learner, advocating for the client, being discreet about personal matters, and using acceptable speech and language when you are talking with the clients. When thinking critically, making decisions, and solving problems, support workers must consider the principles of client-centered care. So your client or your patient is the center of all your works, is the major or the core of all your works. The client's viewpoints, their scope of practices, and their supervisor's viewpoints. So these things are always Always very important for the personal support worker. Positive attitudes. It's a lot of things to show the positive attitude. A lot of things, a lot of actions like to do a positive attitude. So as example, positive attitude, we have some statements. Don't say the statements, but say these, the positive ones. So don't say the negative statements. Don't say I can't. I'm too busy. Can someone else help? No, don't say like this. Uh, Instead, have a positive statement like, sure, I will do this. I will do this. If, as example, if you are just trying to, someone told you, did you do these things? I didn't do it. But you can say, I will do it. Or I didn't do it. I will do it. Instead, say I will do. But don't deny it. Be positive attitude. The positive attitude means that you are helpful. You are there to help, not to resist or not to be an obstacle. You are there to facilitate, encourage the work to be done like a smooth sailing. It's not my fault if something happened. No, be courage and say it's my responsibility. So don't escape of the responsibility. Don't try to put the mistakes which you did on others. No, you have to carry on the responsibility. Don't blame me. If don't say don't blame me, but you can say yes, I can accept. I accept the responsibility for this. It's not my turn. I did it yesterday. As example, you are in a shift, and this shift is going by rotation. Like the works in the shift goes by rotation. So today you do this, tomorrow you will do that, day after tomorrow you do another work, and so on. So you have one of the activities you will do. Then don't say as example, no, I will not do it because I did it yesterday. No, be always helpful. Say I'm fine with doing it. I will do it. No problem. Uh, don't say nobody told me. Nobody told me. No, say I should have looked it up. I didn't see it actually. I didn't know about it, but it's I think it's my fault. I should see it by myself, not wait for someone to tell you. You should look for the things, but don't wait till someone to say to you what to do. Unless it is very important or crucial things or information, depending on information, which is very uh, important, then yeah, always use the positive attitudes like we said here. Also, like I say, don't say compare yourself to the work of others. Don't say as example, these people are not working very well. I'm working better than them. No, don't say like this. Always say, I'm trying to do my best. I'm always trying to do my best. This is a positive statement. Also, don't say, no one appreciates what I do. So, as example, you say to yourself, hey, whatever I did or I didn't do, both are the same. Makes no sense. No, no, don't be like this. No one appreciate what I do. Don't use this sentence. But instead, you can say, I appreciate being recognized. I appreciate being recognized. Or I will always try to do my best, and so on. I will always try to do to be I to be always doing the best for the others. So if we get say like as example now, if we said like example right now, and I just go to Google search, and we will find a lot of things about the positive attitudes for the personal support worker. If we say like this as example, let's go there and see. Here, just 1 second, guys. Positive attitudes. Here it is. Examples. We'll remove this because this will Google search. It will not help so much. And you have the links also on the resources. I put it down here. So here is example. PSW positive attitudes. It take from us 1 minute just to watch something about it. Remove this one now. so that will be easier for us. But guys, like I told you before, like we'll say again, these things like here, this is what sentence you can use and what these sentences do not use. So do not use this negative statement, but please use this positive statement instead. Do not use this negative statements, but instead please use this positive statements. That's the meaning or what we are looking for. Here now, if we go for videos about the positive attitudes, um, so this one is very nice because it's 8 minutes, like it's telling me, here it is. Let us see here the positive to be
Are you
positive at
trying
work.
to figure out how to be positive at work? Perhaps you're in a lull in your career or there's just stuff going on and it doesn't seem very positive and you're trying to figure out how to do just that. Well, in this video, I'm going to share with you 6 tips on how to be positive at work. And if you stay tuned to the end of this video, I'm going to share with you a free download on additional tips on how to bring positivity to work. Hi, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Adriana Girdler. I'm a business productivity specialist with over 20 plus years in the business. Talking about positivity at work sometimes feels like an oxymoron because we're like, wait a minute, there's not much positivity. Can I really do anything about it? The answer is yes. It's all about training yourself. And in this video, I'm going to teach you just that. Some really good techniques that you can start using to bring positivity into work. Attitude of gratitude. I know you've heard this before, probably, that, you know what, be grateful, it really does make a difference. Well, guess what? It does. I cannot tell you this enough from my own personal experience and from sharing this with my clients. But your attitude makes a huge difference on your outlook. So if you start thinking in a more grateful way, you start appreciating what you have around you. So how do you do this? How do you have an attitude of gratitude? Well, there's a couple of really quick things that you can do. One is you can journal about things that you're grateful for. You can either do it at the beginning of the day as to what you're looking forward to, or at the end of the day when you're reflecting. I actually have a really good video to check out on how to journal. Another thing, which is a really quick technique, is if you're in a negative situation, it's really easy to stew on that negativity. Well, you don't really want to do that. Do me a favor, spin it, turn it around on its head. Think of that situation and find one gratitude out of it. So let's say you just had a heated argument with someone. You may not be thinking anything grateful. Well, look at the situation. Did you learn anything? Did you learn how that person was? Something from the situation that you can take out of it? Find anything. You'll be surprised how all of a sudden you change, you let go, and it makes a huge difference. So bring on that attitude of gratitude. What's your one gratitude that you have at work? Write it in the comments below. Reward yourself. Sometimes when things are really busy or not that positive, we can get really sucked into that hole of negativity. Well, sometimes a simple reward can bring our spirits up and lift us out of that. So perhaps you have this big deadline and you're really not looking forward to it, and you've done all those other great productivity techniques that I've shared with you in the past, and it's still not doing it for you.
So here, guys, this is a point that we talk about is how also, like she said here in the video, try always to look for good points, not for the bad points. Things which you see from, not from the dark side, things which you see from the promising side or from booming side. Like as example, I'm dealing with someone. I will not take any situation or any action against him. As long as he has, I will think about his positive things which he did. As example, he advised me once, he told me about something which is very important and so on. So usually don't think negatively, don't think negatively, think positively. Again, I'm saying avoid these, to use these sentences, and try always to use these positive sentences instead. That was for the moment for this part. And I will just put a question right now before we go to the Canadian system. And I will ask you, discuss how can. How can. Discuss how can. PSW has. Discuss how can a PSW has positive attitudes at workplace and give examples of your own. So here I'm asking you also to do examples of your own about how to show positive attitudes, how you as a PSW, how you can show positive attitudes. Well, I just want you here in this question. I will just keep about 5 minutes in this question. Then we will go into the next one. We'll go to the Canadian health system on the next part. So we'll see how can I have a positive attitude. You can use the information which I showed you here. These are some examples of on how to use plus also that you will focus always that your client needs at the core of your work. Your client needs, your patient's needs at the core of your work. Plus that you will show professionalism. To be professional at your work, in your language, in the way you're talking, in the way you're behaving. And so either you work in hospitals or in communities or in long-term facilities. In any of those, you have to show that positive attitudes. Shall stay here like around 5 minutes for a Google search of this question to Google search it. And then we will move into the next part. Thank you. Again, my dears, like I said before, how to show the positive attitudes. Do not use this kind of sentences, negative statements, and use the positive statements, like what we talk about here. Plus, to be think critically and you're making decisions, and think also that your client is the core or the main or the center of all your work. You have to satisfy your client's needs, your patient's needs, your residents' needs, whatever, based on wherever you are working. And also, you must be very professional in dealing with your client. You have to be very professional, and you must have your ethical and legal responsibilities, especially the ethical standards to treat the people with honesty, treat them equally, no discrimination, no gender discrimination, no age discrimination, no race discrimination. Treat all your clients or your patients equally. They are all human beings, and they all have the right to live. Also, respect the privacy of your clients. You have to respect the privacy of the people who need health care as well. Shall go to the next part. Thank you.